Kublai Exhibition of Prowess is the brand new release that I have seen. I didn't know if I was going to save this for a later video, but I thought I'd talk about it just quickly. It's interesting that this metalcore beat down hardcore band blends the elements of this interesting sound and then proceeds to just keep going with it. I mean, bands like Knocked Loose have experimented so that each record has a whole unique aesthetic to it, and I think the latest one from Knocked Loose definitely shows the growth in the band's writing as well as song structuring and all sorts, that it's how experimental it can be while sticking to the same genre as what made it work in the first place. This band does the kind of same thing with sticking to the same sound and just not really changing much. It's not a bad thing. I suppose if the album still works, then that's all it needs, but I just don't think it really adds much considering we kind of have stuff like this already. And it doesn't help that we have a sequel track to an original, and Pile, which is one of the biggest tracks, has a second one, an under a minute instrumental, and it's really good actually. I will say Ant Pile 2 is quite high, even though it's just like a 1 minute instrumental just thrown at the end of the record. There's some good elements, but overall you're pretty much getting for the same thing. You got the lyrics, the band's definitely got their political views, especially about the presidency stuff going on, which I've talked about bands like Ministry have talked about, but unlike Ministry, Kublai can't do it in a more not as in your face. Like, still the lyrics kind of feel like Five Finger Death Punch trying to be more politicalness, especially just with kind of the one of my favourite lines of the track, Cannibal, the new one, is "You stand before my eyes, fuck you, passing over power to the lowest form of animal, cannibal, limp dick and irrational," which, yeah, kind of just something like that definitely reminds me I could see the band doing. But I still think there's still a lot more coherent ideas, and unlike Five Finger Death Punch, Kublai Khan actually has a more interesting discography, rather than just feeling like the butt rock of metal as the band's kind of been for the last however many years they've been going. But Kublai Khan, it's a decent listen at least. I think if you want to get the same experience what you've had before, you're not really missing much out, but at the same time it's still nice, it's still an energetic pump up album. I can see a lot of people playing this as they go into the gym. This is definitely one of those workout albums, just the way it just has its heavy structures, the mid-tempo to high rapid fire drums, the guitars, the pedal, like it definitely has everything it needs for the energy. It's just that we kind of heard it already, so it's not as unique to me at least. But you know, again, as I said, it's a formula that works, and as long as it's interesting and intricate, then that's all that matters. 3 out of 5. Hope you enjoy. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next video.